How to write a love letter like the fairy tales. Every girl has their favorite fairy tale, or at least most, and apparently it says a lot about her psychology, and the things she latched onto should be a representation of her childhood. I don't know if that's true, but it rings true intuition-wise. Why would you even want to write a love letter? I think it is so easy to take people for granted, and a love letter is a good reminder to yourself, as well as the other person, but also to yourself, why you fell in love with somebody. And I think it's a beautiful thing. Even if you never send it, I think it's good to have in the forefront of your mind why you're in love and kind of have a physical representation of that feeling. That's not like a dinner or this or that, but it's like a physical representation of just the pure feeling itself. I think that's really cool. Okay, so we're gonna go through a list of fairy tales. If I'm missing one, leave it in the comments. I'll answer what I would write in that fairy tale style. You're welcome. Okay, so let's start. Cinderella. I think Cinderella, I don't know why, I'm just going fully off of vibes, but I think if her favorite fairy tale is Cinderella, you want to focus on the first time you saw her. And it doesn't have to physically be the first time you saw her, but the first time you saw her. What does that mean? Either the first time you physically saw her, if you were like, oh my god, she's the most beautiful woman in the world, so on and so forth, very cute. However, if you did not have that moment, why did you not, No, I'm joking. But you can also write the first time you saw her being really intelligent, the first time you laughed at a joke and you're like, finally a girl I can laugh with. Like, whatever the seeing her is, it doesn't have to actually physically be seeing her. You can also obviously write both, but I think Cinderella kind of has this like being seen vibe to it. Little Red Riding Hood, a girl's journey through the woods to her grandmother's house. To write about her journey and what she's going through and the things that she has overcome and the person she is. Like, if she's gone through things, I think it is a really cool way to acknowledge all the things she's gone through without getting stuck there, and acknowledging and applauding her going through it and moving on from it, that kind of thing. I think that would be really cute. Snow White. A princess is fleeing her wicked stepmother's jealousy. Snow White. I think you can touch on the subject of jealousy. We've not done that yet in a love letter. I don't think I've talked about jealousy at all yet. So you can take two routes. People being jealous of her, and maybe she doesn't know it, and you being able to write that. I think there's a misconception with love letters. If you write more than one love letter, it doesn't all have to be like fairy dust and sparkles. It can also be like real conversations that are just better had in written form, decorated through fancy words, you know what I mean? So that's a conversation you could have with flattery, like, oh, they're jealous of this, explain the thing, make it so cute, and then explain why that's an issue and stuff. But you could also obviously take the route of jealousy if you're jealous of something. However, if you are jealous and you put it in a love letter, I would brush over it. I would not get stuck on it, because it can veer into weird, into like odd. But it can, jealousy is an interesting emotion, because it can be an emotion you acknowledge and you pass through. But if you get stuck on it, that's when it gets annoying. I think even for women, like some even find it slightly cute, as long as it's not the emotion you're like stuck on, you know what I mean? Hansel and Gretel. Siblings lost in the woods encountering a witch gingerbread house. Siblings, their relationship with their sibling, and what they bring out of their sibling. Do they bring out their happy side? Are they supportive? Are they like just kind of acknowledging them? I think this is also a misnomer with love letters, is that they're all like, I love you so much. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Yes, they can be, and honestly that would be cute too. But they can also just be acknowledging the person, seeing the person. I think that's a huge thing women like, is to feel seen. The divorce lawyer, I don't remember his name, something Sexton. I'm bad with names, I'm really not trying to be disrespectful. Said that he was like, oh, men should write like a note, because that's something that women feel when like they stop feeling seen. That's a huge thing in divorce. This is all like I'm really reducing it down to the key points, but that's basically what he said. And I think love letters are just like a centimeter more of effort and really, really cute. And also, the thing is, if you write the love letter, you only have to write it once. When you reassure someone, you have to you have to say it 10,000 times. And so having it in written form and having her be able to like look it over all the time is really cute. If she's blind, I've not talked about this, but if she's blind, you can write a love letter and then record it in voice message or in a tape recorder or something like that. It doesn't have to be written. Obviously, a love letter can also be a date. It can be a really, really thoughtful date. I've definitely given some ideas in the past about how to do that. Okay, Rapunzel. A girl with magically long hair. I guess her self-care, acknowledging how the sausage is made, not literally, obviously, but acknowledging how this person is made. Because you might say, oh, I like your body, oh, I like your hair, whatever, but being like, just acknowledging the whole like manufacturing of her looks. Again, if this is not the love letter for her, it's not. But if she really takes care of herself, I think having someone see all the mini steps that she's making and putting in the effort is really cute. You can veer into weird if you write this too specific, but if you like, magicify it. Oh, you brush your hair with your special brush, and you know, this kind of like explaining it as a fairy tale. Like, you could literally be like, once upon a time there was a woman who brushed her hair and oiled her hair. Like, you could do it like that. Now if you were just like, you brush your hair 3 times a day, you just 7 times a day, like, no, stop it. This is not like this is not a like police report. Calm down. But you know what I mean. Beauty and the Beast. I guess you could use that very directly and describe her reaction to your beast. You're like, what's my beast? Like, I don't know, you probably have a bad trait that she makes beautiful. Are you really impatient? And does she make you more patient? Because time is easy. It's easy to wait for a bus when you're with someone you love. That kind of like thing. Or you have a really short temper, but you've learned to be really, really calm because you care so much. Like, whatever it is, you have to know your own beast and her own beauty. But it can be much more metaphorical than this like direct like Beauty and Beast. And it can also be the reverse, but that's more so self-flattery. But you can do both. I wouldn't do the reverse only, but if you want to do both, I think that's really, really cute. Clearly, I find everything cute. Well, everything I come up with. I pity the people who take me serious. Okay, the frog. I mean, the love letters are serious, but the jokes in between, I'm always like, oh my god, there's someone out there who thinks I'm serious. Okay, the Frog Prince. The girl who kisses a frog. That can be also metaphorical, like, she kissed you, you're a frog? No. I'm so sorry. No, but what did she kind of bring out in you? Because obviously she kisses the frog and then he becomes a prince. You met her in your life and then you wanted to be a better person and to really get into the specifics. You wanted to be kinder. You wanted to judge less because you wanted to tell her about your day and didn't want to seem like a judgmental weirdo or whatever. But this, like, how has she made you a better person? Ah, that's such a cute little idea. Oh, okay. Next one, Jack and the Beanstalk. A boy trades a cow for magic beans. I don't know if I can turn that into a love letter. A boy trades a cow for magic beans that grow to a giant world. I guess you could. Like, what are the 3 beans that she's turned into a world? What is, again, this is quite similar to the last one, but what is the small things she's amplified in you? That used to be small, like you used to kind of be generous and now you're so generous. You used to be kind of kind and now you care about everyone because everyone might interact with her and so you want to make sure that they interact with her well so you interact with them well, so on and so forth. The Little Mermaid. A mermaid longing for the human world. What world did she bring you into? Or what world did you bring her into? And does she adapt well? Like, if it's your world, oh, you just look so classy in my world, blah, blah, blah. You just have to know what your world is. Or what world did she bring you into? And it can be like a very like actual world, like you moved countries for her, but it can also be a very like abstract world, the world of literature, the world of ballets. I used to dance ballet, can you tell? No. Not for very long though. But I knew someone who now does it professionally in England. Anyways, that's not the point. But yeah, I think that's a really cute idea. Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Ooh, this is a good idea. What is she perfect in? Not in the sense of like actual perfection, but in the sense of not too much, not too little. Like she's kind, but she's sassy. Like the duality of her personality and how that makes her really attractive. So like kind and sassy, or very sweet but has boundaries, or very funny but also very intelligent. Like just the duality of her, and the fact that you can acknowledge that in a love letter would be so cute. And the last one, Puss in Boots. A clever cat helps his master become wealthy. How has she improved your career? I think that would also be a cute love letter. Or your studies. I think acknowledging, especially if she's doing like very like not unpaid labor, but kind of these kind of things where she's making you breakfast, or she's doing this, or she's doing that, and acknowledging how that's also affected your career. That does not mean she's responsible for your career because she's made one pancake, but you know what I mean. Like there's just a smile on your face, and the smile on your face translates to a good day at work, and a good day at work translates to a raise, and like it doesn't have to be all so serious. It just kind of has to be magical. Oh, there's some more. Okay, let's do Sleeping Beauty. Okay, we'll do a couple more. Sleeping Beauty. What have you awakened her from and you're happy? What have you gotten her out of? What have you saved her from? This is a tricky love letter. I would not write for anyone who you think would take that offensively, but if you do think there's something you've helped her out of and that is really, really beautiful, I think that's a nice thing to remind yourselves of, and that you can get through difficult things. I think that's beautiful. Aladdin and the Wonder Lamp. Aladdin, what would I say for Aladdin? All of the risks you've taken for her. I think there's some really cute examples of really cute risks, like running onto the street. I'm not saying you have to run onto the street to talk to someone, but like people who run onto the street to talk to somebody, or just like these really random, really cute risks that people take. Now, do not clip this and make this weird, okay? Don't take like ridiculous, like insane risks, calculated risks, but just a reminder of all of those. I think a love letter can also very much be something that's flattering to you, and a reminder of what you have also contributed. I think that's also really nice. I need to stop using the word cute. I swear I own a dictionary. The Emperor's New Clothes, a story about vanity and honesty. I don't think that helps. Yeah, these last ones are not gonna do something. Like, you're not gonna tell her about her new clothes. I mean, you can always write a letter. I think what I am going to do at some point, I'm so odd, is, not the idea is odd, but my little, like, in between situations, but is on Instagram, you can obviously put, someone can write in with the, like, sticker thing you can put, and I'm gonna do that a lot. So go follow me on there. I think it should be linked in the description. But I'm going to do that a lot for these kind of things. So you can give me like specific examples of love letters you want to write. And these can even be like difficult conversations you want to have. I'm not saying I am good at having difficult conversations. I'm just good at writing. And if you can put it into written form, I think that makes it easier. But I also want to see like samples of like who the person it is you want to write a love letter for, so I can be more specific in my advice. Like, I'm so excited to really soon be able to take this far more expansive and make this more of a interactive thing. I'm so excited for interactions and not just being talking to a camera. I love it. I really, really do love it. But you know, there's only so much I can look at my face and hear my own voice and think of my own thoughts and have no like back and forth. I love conversations. I love dialogues and humans, and so I'm excited for that part of it too. But yeah, that was it, and don't forget to check out my books.